Goody 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 everyone, this is Dayhawk bringing to you my take, my review of Kamen Rider Revice episode 27. How would I summarize this episode? Well, Holy Live is born. Holy Live defeats Olteca and Vice. No, not Vice. Vail. Sorry, Vail. And Vale is pretty much leaving Olteca behind and mentioning that he is an idiot, a buffoon. And yeah, and before he leaves, he tells the family that this is just beginning and Gifu is returning to life as we know it and flies away. And speaking of Gifu, or Giff, he is eating people up, same way as Pinhead was, stuck inside the Pillar of Souls and eating people up. Yeah, it's the same way, and he ends up disappearing. It's gone. And then Mamasan returns, tells her kids that their father is fine, and she apologizes for keeping this secret from them. And they have a intimate moment with each other, which is cool. And then the weekend comes in and tasers Icky and Vice. And what else? We get Oteka's backstory of being abused by his dad, and he wants to shape the world to his image, to accept him. And then the weekend and the entire family finally meet up, and then Iki gets shocked again, and they have their own intimate moment with Iki and Vice. And then Olteca strikes again, turning people into upper level demons to Giff eating the rest. And then Sakura and Daiji come in, and you think that the tide is turning, but no. And Giff summons Vice, berserk Vice, as I like to call it, and ends up being berserk. And George is watching from Fenix, and he decides to take the new V stamp and goes to the battlefield. And that's the end. Also, he takes the demon driver. And that's the end. See? That's the episode right there. I pretty much sum it all up in under 5 minutes. I mean, based on what I just said, nothing really important happened except Giff returning to life. At least not yet, but he is fully operational. Iki and Vice is, just Vice is going berserk due to Giff's powers. And mind you, this is willingly, because during the battle between Olteca and Sakura and Daiji, when Olteca was about to get his ass whooped, Giff uses his powers to not only summon Vice, but also causing him to go berserk. So he has, you could say, control over Vice. And also we get to see a little bit deeper into Olteca's backstory, and he was abused. As a young kid, he was a young prodigy, and he figured he doesn't really need school because he is the smartest kid in the entire school, I guess. And he ends up doing some algebra 2 stuff on the board, And next thing you know, when he got older, you see him getting beat up by his father, saying that he's a monster or something, and the mom is like, he's just special, he's talented, but his dad was like, no, he's not, he's a monster. And I think that's when we get to understand why he hates humans and why he turned to the Dead Man cult, because his own family turned his back on him and just view him as a freak or something. And that's why he's doing this, where he's gonna reshape the world to where the world accepts him. But the problem is, as damaged as he is, I don't think like the family is gonna be like accepting towards him, because he caused a lot of grief towards everybody. He killed people, and seeing him using the Giff V stamp and just stamping people, which means the moment you get stabbed by that stamp, you're dead. The demon within the host takes control, and when it gets destroyed, the human dies along with it if it hasn't already, and gets sucked up by Gift, by Giff or Gifu sama. And so it's just a very sad. He's just damaged. And look what happened to Takumi. What happened to him? Where is he? Where is he at? He disappeared. It just goes to show that the writers has nothing for him right now. So I don't know what's gonna happen with him. And also remember, Olteca quote unquote killed Hiromi. And we all know that Hiromi is somewhere in the weekend organization. Speaking about the weekend, it's funny that when the family had their moment, and all of a sudden the weekend comes in and just tasers Icky, and not just once but twice, and it's pretty funny. And we get to see the weekend just like said, okay, we're an organization that goes against Fenix, because the weekend views Fenix as an evil organization, and they blurted out that Phoenix's overall goal, its main mission, is to resurrect Gifu-sama. And of course, Daiji was like, what the hell, you're lying. And the reason why they didn't approach the boys is because Phoenix already had their grips on them, quote unquote. That's why they turned to Sakura. And in this particular scene, I didn't understand. Sakura said that she joined them. When exactly did she join them? Because we've never seen a scene where she openly said, hey, I'm gonna join you. Because remember that Sakura was supposed to think about it, but I never seen the official handshake, so to speak, that hey, I'll be joining you guys. It didn't happen. And when the news came, Icky, you could tell by his face, it's like, why you didn't tell me? Why you didn't tell me, your brother, and Daiji? Why didn't you? I think the reason that he was kind of hurt, and you could tell, was that why didn't you come to me and tell me about this weekend? Why didn't you? And we could have just talked about it, but you didn't. So I wonder if that will come into a factor later on. Maybe it won't, but it's just, I don't know, maybe pull, not a dent, but it's just something that the writers can do to say that they can pull in later episodes and be like, I don't trust you, Sakura, because you didn't say anything about the weekend. Why should I trust you with something I kept secret, or something like that, something around those lines. I doubt they're gonna do it, but we'll see. Okay. I mean, I just summed it up. That was the recap right there. I mean, um, with Olteca's abuse, it just goes to show that monsters create other monsters. They say monsters are born, not the case. Monsters are born due to other monsters. In this case, his parents, mainly his dad, was the monster, and the constant abuse just led Olteca to eventually meet with the priests, which I believe is the crazy cuckoo director of Fenix, and which led him to join the Dead Man cult. So, I mean, he's a damaged character, but it just begs to differ. What do you guys think? Do you think Olteca's going to be the final boss? Is he going to betray Gifu-sama? Or he's going to get destroyed in the near future? I know that, like, what I mean is he's going to get killed off sooner rather than later. Or they kind of turn him into the final boss. I don't know. I mean, Olteca seems to be the person to be like the final boss-ish, and he's willing to backstab Gifu. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see what else. Dr. Kirizaki and Mamasan had a moment because they met a long time ago. Papa-san is okay. Papa-san is okay. We don't know when he's gonna be back, and I want to see. I think it's gonna happen that his Papa-san will regain his memories back, and then he will have to deal with Veil on his own, just the same way as Kagero and Daiji did. Because I think Papa-san, whether he regains his memories or not, but he has to regain his memories. He's gonna feel that it was his fault, and his past has already caught up with his family and his kids, and he will feel that I need to end this because it started with me. I wonder if they're gonna pull it off. I hope so, because I like to see Veil versus Papa-san one last time, and have the kids just watch on the sidelines and be able to, cheer him on and be able to defeat Veil once and for all. I wonder. I believe Veil is kind of like it's Giff-sama in spirit form, the same way as Zork Necroface and Bakura is. I think that's the way I see it. That Veil is a piece of Gifu-sama, and that's a theory, a hypothesis, but let's see. Other than that, the crazy director and Olteca had a scene together, which led to the origin story. Let's see. George is gonna give Icky the new V stamp, and he's gonna transform to Kamen Rider Demons, which me personally, as much as it's a dream come true for him, he doesn't deserve to bear the mantle of demons. Maybe it's temporary, maybe it is, but if he ends up being permanent, it's just like what you done with Hiromi. I mean, you don't deserve to wear that driver. That's just my opinion right there. Let's see. And the intimate scene between Vice and Icky, again, it's just more about reinsurance that, hey, I don't know if I'm scared that I'll go berserk, and if that happens, you'll be gone forever. And Icky's like, I trust you, I believe in you, do you trust me? It's just more about adding more trust within each other to make their friendship more unbreakable, because their friendship is going to be tested, and this is just another test of their friendship. And we'll see what's going to happen, but we know that they're going to conquer Gifu-sama's control, and they will get a new form because of it. And I will get to that in the next review. For those who already seen the photos, I've seen worse suits, but this one maybe tops it. I've seen worse, man. I've seen worse. I think the thing that we're all worried about is the final form. I hope it's not going to be all basic like the last two, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm scared. Anyway, not much is said, because Daiji defeated Olteca rather easily, and Vail is pissed off. But yeah, other than that, that's it. I mean, all I said in the beginning, that's exactly what happened. Unless, of course, if you guys already seen the episode, let me know if I missed anything. Let me know, please. Just put it in the comments below. If I missed anything, please do. If you like the episode, and especially if you don't like the episode, what would you have changed, or what have you what if you were in control, if you had the power to change the episode, what would you do? That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. So anyways, give a like if you like it. Please subscribe. And also, before I go, go to Etsy. I sell 2 Kamen Rider prints from Kamen Rider Night from Ryuki and Arc 1 from 01. And if you guys want me to sell more Rider stuff, put in the comments below which Rider do you want me to sell next. Because we're trying to branch out and add more Riders. And if we can't have any sales from Riders, then I don't know what to do. Please buy some, please, I beg of you. Other than that, well, I'll see you all on the other side of Oblivion. Johnny!